Lakeway currently has 19 commercial and residential projects in some state of development. I expect to see continued growth in both residential and commercial markets in 2012. The opening of the hospital will produce a significant increase in local employment and will drive increased retail sales. I anticipate the city issuing 160 or more residential permits and 10 or more commercial permits this year. We should also see the completion of a new hotel, the completion of a hospital, the completion of 22,000 square feet of new medical office space other than the hospital, the start on construction of a new library, the start of construction on a new grocery store, the start of construction on 2 major road projects, and permitting of major mixed-use developments. So I'm anticipating a lot of growth, a lot of activity in Lakeway this year.
Now, 2012 in Bee Cave is going to be a residential year. I think that the commercial growth in Bee Cave is kind of plateaued for the immediate future. That Galleria is about 100% full now. The shops is 100% full. Even the office space in the Galleria is leased out completely with a waiting list. Masonwood was just approved a couple of weeks ago. They're out at the Falcon Head West entrance. Morningside, we're looking at 50 single-family homes and about 300 condos. Of course, the last residential thing going in Bee Cave is the Galleria Townhomes. Again, thank you. I thank the Chamber. It's glad to see it growing and glad to see it have an influence in this community. Thank you.
I'm going to do my best to very quickly take you through some details. We're going to look at the STAR exam, student enrollment, our bond program, and then next year's budget. First of all, the STAR exam is the State of Texas Assessments of Academic Readiness. It's a more rigorous test than we've experienced before in the state, and a rare moment of generosity is not going to assign ratings to districts and campuses this very first year. We will maintain our district's exemplary rating for an additional year, so that's good news. Student enrollment. Our demographers have predicted a growth rate of 6 to 7% annually, and then our capacity, as you can see there, for our student buildings are being filled out. The bond program, major projects are listed there for you. Expansion of Hudson Bend Middle School, a new Lake Travis Middle School, a new elementary school, and then significant expansion of Lake Travis High School into the current middle school campus. And Lake Travis is operating on about $3.45 million less than we had the year before. The good news is we were able to accomplish this kind of reduction without cutting a single staff position or teacher. We were able to maintain the programs we offer to our children. My wife and I are gratified to be here, and thank you for letting us be a part of your wonderful community. I look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Talk a little bit about the hospital. Construction is on schedule. We will open in the spring of 2012. We'll be about 275,000 square feet upon opening. We'll be 106 beds when we open. We'll have about 125 plus physicians on staff. We have all private rooms, approximately 225 employees. We also have a medical office building that's being built out front. That will include outpatient rehab, OBGYN services on the first floor, as well as a cancer center. It'll house cardiologists, surgeons, as well as a variety of other subspecialties. I appreciate the warm reception and the exceptional support that this community has given the hospital as we come on board. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me back. For those of y'all that can see my tie, I think anyone that thinks they can forecast the future must be a little loony, therefore the Looney Tunes tie. We're going to take the best stab we can at where we're at and where we're headed. 2011 was a banner year. In real estate, many of my associates did have the best year they'd ever have, and we expect that things like that will continue. If we keep seeing 5, 6, 7, 8% increase in our population, we're going to see a 5 to 7 or 8% increase in the number of sales. We're also going to see an increase in the number of people renting properties. Rentals will continue to get a little tighter. The one thing I always try and put in a plug, buy local, support the people here. Interact with the people in this room today. Find somebody that you haven't met before. Find out what they do and how can you support them. That is the greatest thing we can do.
Last year, I spoke or announced that we were getting ready to do a study of Lake Travis and its economic impact. The study determined that 660 was the average optimum level for a dynamic economy. We are currently at 626. Our study determined that chronic low lake levels, 640 feet or below, can cause a reduction of 20% or more in property values. All projections are that the drought will continue. We will continue to see, if that happens, a drop in our visitors, and the related industries will be impacted. There may be a drain on home and land values. We will continue with this hot drought to have wildfire concerns. We will continue to see challenges in water rates. Statewide implications are electrical costs, how it may impact our agriculture and our environment. But the upside is the fact that we can work together. We do have collaborative efforts, but we do need to plan long-term for the future and look at what's available this year and how it may impact us. Thank you.